Synchronicity University is proud to present some of the most brilliant astrologers on the planet, and you've got a little time left to join our September programs for as low as just $5 a class, an unheard of rate to learn from these astrologers. Learn more and sign up now at synchronicityuniversity.com. Links below. Hello, fabulous superstar Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month gives us the closest of taste, that closest of glimpse into energy that we will find to be much more precise once it is that we get to the middle of next year. And what I'm talking about is the Great Sextile, a major harmonious configuration that is set to define much of these times. And it is going to be this month that we start feeling this energy that much more. And a lot of it, in terms of how we are feeling it, comes down to a full moon that takes place on the 8th of August. Now, the full moon itself is taking place at the top of your sky, having to do with career, social standing, life purpose, and your understanding of a higher, more loving vision for your life. However, the moon itself really isn't speaking to other power players right now. It's what's happening at the same time that makes it that much more a special time. So this suggests to me a few things. One is whatever might be happening in terms of your understanding of the goals that you have, of the higher, more loving vision for your life, it's emotional, it's private. It is about what you are feeling versus things actually happening in life that much more readily. It could be at this time that it feels like there is some change, some end of a chapter. But again, this might just be deeply personal, your understanding of what's worth achieving and maybe what no longer is to you. But the fact that simultaneously we get this larger configuration playing out, a near Star of David configuration, which is, again, supremely harmonious energy. And a part of what is so lit up at this time, well, it has to do with the parts of the sky for you that are workhouses. So we have that full moon, yes, but Pluto is at the top of your sky, having to do with career. Uranus is in a financial part of your sky. And it's Mars that, by stepping into a part of the sky for you that has to do with your daily life, your work life, well, that's what sets off this grand trine configuration. And then you throw in a beautiful energy of Saturn and Neptune and how that configuration is speaking with these different placements, and in particular with perfection later in the month with Uranus. Well, all of this adds up to the fact that, yeah, in a very practical way, in an understanding of what you're going for in a higher sense and understanding of what you're actually doing, well, all of it just might get a whole lot of motivation and a whole lot of blessing as well. It might not necessarily be a time when you feel you're able to achieve all that you desire or have the kind of career gains that you might want, but it is powerful nonetheless in how it helps you to understand what's worth going for and also what isn't. What it is that just isn't important to you, maybe a goal that you've been chasing that just doesn't feel like it resonates with the truth of you anymore. At least perhaps not in the way that it used to. This is going to be one of those moments when Mercury is going to be standing still in the sky. And Mercury will officially go direct on the 11th of August, but again, appear to be standing still right around these days. And Mercury will be going direct in a part of the sky for you that has to do with the foundations of your life, what it is that helps you to feel anchored. And it's about home and your living situation and your family of origin, your parents in particular. So if it is that you were hoping for clarity around those fronts in any way, maybe you're hoping to make changes, at least now it'll feel as if matters are moving forward. There's a step forward taking place for you now. But for all that, what we also get is some pretty empowered energies at play that speak to you feeling quite clear, quite good, being able to look around you and recognize love everywhere you look. And that makes life feel that much more blessed and that much more blissful as well. While all these practical parts of the sky and this past part of the sky are so lit up, we are going to have the day after Mercury goes direct, what some astrologers call the most romantic day of the year. And this is Jupiter meeting Venus in the sky for their annual meeting. And Venus, of course, is your ruling planet, which means that it isn't just about what's happening with Venus or just with this part of the sky, but it's about you, how you feel, who you know yourself to be, what it is that you might be hoping for. This meeting is taking place in a mind part of the sky. It has to do with communication, conversation, perception, learning, understanding. And it has to do with the siblings, cousins, neighbors in your life. Now, this is an energy of blessing. One of these people that I just mentioned might facilitate some blessing in your life, or it might be the case that good things are happening for them and you're happy for them. But outside of that, yes, seeing with eyes of love, speaking love, being able to communicate in a way that feels sweet and kind and light, and being able to speak so sweetly that you could ask for just about anything you want and very likely get it. This might be a time to nurture some really great ideas, brainstorms, and anywhere where you might need it. There'll be an abundance of ideas that can bless your life in all kinds of ways going forward from here. Synchronicity, being in the right place at the right time and meeting the right person, has special blessings on offer for you. So make sure you stay spontaneous right around this time. The 23rd of the month brings with it this month's new moon. And this new moon is special, not just because of in and of itself, but also it is going to be in this same part of the sky that next month we are going to have a solar eclipse. But here's the thing, this new moon takes place at the very beginning, 0 degrees of fellow earth sign Virgo, a part of the sky for you that represents what you want in your heart of hearts in every area of life. It has to do with an understanding of what's going to make you happy, what will bring you joy. And it has to do with luck, windfalls, the children in your life as well. Here's the thing, this new moon happening at 0 degrees means it truly is a very beginning, a very seed moment. 0 degrees is one of the special degrees of the sky because it represents a sense of, yes, beginning, but really it's like the beginning of what? It hasn't actually taken form yet. Next month, the solar eclipse is going to happen in this same part of the sky, but at 29 degrees, which is the very end of this part of the sky, which is a very fated, very karmic degree. It's a time when it's sort of decided already. It's a point of concentration, of culmination. And although I'll talk about that next month, let me say, with the new moon this month, it's like it alludes to what could be coming up. And that allusion is going to feel like it comes on really quickly in a way that feels like a surprise, but might also give you insights into how to respond to what could be different. So part of what makes this energy so erratic is that this is a new moon squaring Uranus. And this brings with it a quality that feels like a wild card. Now you add to it the fact that this new moon is part of a yod formation. And a yod is a larger configuration, which is essentially one that represents surprise, an adjustment that needs to be made very quickly, but you're also able to move on very quickly as well. Well, what are the key planets involved in this configuration? On the one hand, we get Neptune, we get Saturn together, and on the other, Pluto. So you can see here all the really big players, all the outer planets are intimately involved with this new moon, which means it is that much more a consequential time. And all of this quincunx energy, this yod energy pointing to the new moon, means that there is something mystical, something special that's taking place here. And it is an anchor of power. But you discover that power in ways that feel like it has to come forward, feels like it comes out of nowhere. Now, for all that though, we get energies here that are going to invite you to find new beginnings and new understandings of what you're really wanting. Energies like these do suggest you want to stay open to like dumb random luck finding you, not necessarily engaging it actively. So I would say it's not the time to hit the casino. It is a time to see what it is that wants to show up in your life that you respond to very quickly, that might have you feeling scattered at first, but could actually have some really unexpected positive outcomes. This might also be one of those times where it could be that the role of the children in your life comes into focus, comes into play. You're considering what that role is going to be, how you're going to respond to it. Surprise factors just might make for interesting stories as well. So do keep that in mind. For all that, though, where it is that you're involved in a creative project, whether you're working on it, whether you're hoping to share it, well, it might be now that it feels like there are some twists and turns there, whether it's in the creative process or in sharing your creativity that you need to pay attention to very quickly. But again, it's like you're scrambling, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress in some way. Now, where it comes to matters of love, I'm going to go back to the most romantic day of the year, and that taking place in a mind part of the sky means that heart and mind are very connected for you now. Now, add to this the fact that that new moon that is set to take place is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with, in addition to what I mentioned, flirtation, romance, and what love is for you. And so we've got those very erratic energies, but really like energies that don't really know where they're going yet with that new moon. But what we also get is the most romantic day of the year, helping you to connect some very important dots in your mind as to where you are in love and how you feel about it. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, online connections, random interactions in your neighborhood, these tend to be the most promising with that Venus and Jupiter energy. The energy of the new moon on the 23rd could suggest a flirtation that really feels like a shock. It's like the last place you expected it from the last person you expected it. Here comes a flirtation. What are you going to do about it now? So it's almost like it happens, but then you're not really sure what it means or what you're going to do going forward from here. And it really is okay. If you don't have an answer yet or you don't know how you feel about it, it's okay to take your time figuring it out. For those of you just starting to date someone, the energy of Venus and Jupiter does suggest a key conversation that either is going to give you a lot of hope, that's most possible, or with love and light, help you to realize that, you know what, this really might not be it, and you're ready to go another way. There is going to be that small percent out there. If you have a sense of wondering, questioning whether or not this is someone to navigate forward with, I think what happens around the new moon on the 23rd might take you by surprise. There's something honest about it, something erratic as well, but it shows you something about what you really feel about whether or not there's a pathway forward. And for those of you in an established bond, remarkable energies here. And in the context of established bonds, well, we have energies that speak to, well, on the one hand, I do like those Venus Jupiter vibes, being able to talk about things that otherwise might be difficult. And conversation can bring a lot of healing energy in, whether it strengthens good bonds or helps heal challenges that might have been there. However, as we get to that new moon energy, just know it might be within the relationship or outside of it. There might be a flirtation that just feels like it leaves with it a surprise, maybe shakes up something a little bit. Now, it might or may not have anything to do with the relationship. It might be that someone flirts with you and it really feels uncomfortable, or it might be with your partner. It might be at this time that it feels as if you are wanting something on a level of love, and in an instant you might realize just what that is. Now, how do you go about asking for it? Now, whatever that answer is for you, know that this new moon is a very beginning. It is a 0-degree energy, which means just when you think you know, you really might not. And where does it go from here? You might not know that as well. So take your time as you figure out what it is you might want to do next. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say I love the energy of, well, let's say Well, the most romantic day of the year, I think that is the star of the show for so many of us out there. And that certainly includes you. Venus is your ruling planet. So it isn't just about Venus meeting Jupiter. It's about you feeling more hopeful, feeling more wise, feeling more open to life. And it really comes about spontaneously. It comes about through understanding something and being willing to see with eyes of love. From that perspective, you truly see from a space of abundance, possibility, and open-heartedness that makes so many more things possible for you now. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. And thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.